Look at these beauties, brass, gold, black. Versus all these gross Hippogriff Knights and Lewin himself. Alright, let's get it going. We got Santa on his stilts. Bringing in Cascading, Burning Wrath, and Ashstorm. Teamer gave me some tips while we were doing this baby on stream. And I figured with all the lords and their magic damage, and all the puny little men-at-arms, Burning Wrath seemed to be the only good thing out of this. Fire Cloak, if Lewin wants to come and play. Lewin with the Life Cleric as well. All these peasant bowmen, who really aren't gonna do too great against Chaos Dwarfs or even just Hobgoblin Archers. I believe we brought 4 Chaos Dwarfs with shields, and those bowmen are just gonna not be enough to even tickle the pickle of those dwarfs. Testing the water, seeing what he's gonna try to do with all his annoyances. And he's already taking pot shots at my goblins. My poor goblins! My lovely, lovely goblins. They didn't do nothing wrong. Just gonna fast forward as we move up, and we're gonna start piling in and trying to push up. We got 2 Fireglaves out hiding in the forest in case he wants to come back and play with those Hippogriff Knights. Been saving up for his Grails. That's perfect. You know what I'm saving up for? Bull Centaurs, which should come out soon enough to come counter these Grail Knights. Even with the resistance, Bull Centaurs will still chop them silly. Astrogoth already getting lit up, but Peasant Bowmen aren't going to do so great, and immediately Burning Wrath overcasted and just tearing through the men-at-arms. Why do that to the men-at-arms? Well, if you start taking out their front line, the back line's going to run just as quick. And already he's jumping on top of Hobgoblins. Perfect, he fell for it. We get our Glaives now, and they can start taking shots. We also have Bull Renders in case they need backup. Instead, he's going to go for the Goblins, which is perfect. Fine by me. Take my 150 Gobos. My opponent's going to find out why that is a mistake, as we also try to push on up. And these Chaos Warriors are taking arrows, but those Silver Shields go a long way. Yeah, ever since the nerfs to Chaos Dwarfs, you really have to play them more defensively now. We don't have the hordes of rats to help out and block all these nonsense units like Skaven. Although the artillery of the Chaos Dwarfs are still to be feared. More so the Deathstreaker than anything. People are already calling that thing to get nerfed too, and it's like, what else do you want to take away from Chaos Dwarfs at this point? They got nothing going for them. Ashstorm to not only slow down those boys, but to also help out with the Hobgoblin Archers. And they're going to do some serious damage. Thank you, Ashstorm, for slowing these boys down. As the Chaos Dwarfs now move up and move in. Fireglaves 2 will also get that nice little buff to their shooting. Just shooing away all this nonsense, and Astrogoth's going ham. While those Grail Knights are picking on those poor, poor goblins. We got 2 Bull Centaurs now. Perfect. There's not much he's going to be able to do. Another overcasted Burning Wrath. And, yeah. It totally missed. Beautiful. Yeah, my opponent doesn't know where he wants to put Lewin right now. We got Iron Glaives. We got 2 things of Bull Renders. He's got Grail Knights that are, if he's not paying attention, will disappear. Now it's the battle of the peasants. The chaff. Who will win, goblins or peasants? I don't know. Well, actually, I do know, but we'll find out in a bit. Oddly enough, the value is quite even. My opponent has not had great time trying to pick off these Bull Centaurs. He's going to deal with 2 of them. He's going to be healing up his boys, but it looks like it's not going to do him too good when the Infernal Fireglaves start piling in with their shots. And that looks like that's what's going to happen. Yep, they're already lining up. Grails are coming into the Infernal Fireglaves, which are on their defensive posture. Or they're braced. That's an easier way to say it. They're braced, so Reflective Charge was good. And then they just ate shit afterwards because they're anti-large. You got Hobgoblins coming in as well, just to provide any support they can. And yeah, Fireglaves are just MVPs right now. Holding off the line, picking off important units. Astrogoth as well, he is just causing all sorts of mayhem in the back line. You got more Chaos Dwarfs to provide support against those Grail Knights so they don't just run in. And it looks like my opponent didn't even go into his formation to try to push those boys off, but I don't know if it would have helped against the damage or the charge reflection. Yeah, my bull renders are taking a beating and gonna disappear soon, but so are those Hippogriff Knights and the Grail Knights. I mean, it wasn't cheap to take them out. I think this is a pretty even trade. I'm doing way better in terms of trading. I'm up 1,000 value, and he's down very important units. Although he's got Grail Knights now, so there's not much I can do to take those out since I got 2 Bull Renders out, which are my only 2. And then we're just shooting arrows into whatever we can right now. We also got some Chaos Dwarfs just sitting on standby in case we need to intercept any men-at-arms trying to get into the back line. Or those are pesky Grail Knights. Again, the Grails just charged into some firing lines. Ugh, that was good damage. I think that was 400 or 500 HP just taken off the bat. Shaved them. And then they make the mistake of coming in and getting shot. We're going to take the side objective on the hill here. My opponent's sort of catching up. I mean, that's what happens when you got to fight nothing but questing knights, Grail Knights, and Hippogriff Knights. Intercepts my bombs, which was... or my blunderbusses. Okay. Sorry, I saw the ammunition. And yeah, I try to help him out as much as I can with these Wolf Riders. Not doing too much. But I'm up in value, but giving him those blunderbusses was a mistake. Huge mistake. Should have just sent him on to the top of the hill. That way if he came charging at him, it would take him a while to get there. But it's okay. Big Santa's here. Big Santa on stilts. He's going to cause all sorts of problems. But I was okay with sacrificing those blunderbusses. The reason I was okay is because my opponent keeps throwing away his questing knights, and we got this Burning Wrath that just melts the Foot Squire, which is probably our biggest problem to these Infernal Guard. We had to intercept these right away. And even with all that healing, all the fire damage from the Fire Glaives is going to counteract a lot of it. Yep. We traded one objective for another. Yeah, my opponent just can't catch a break. Summoning all these knights, though. And he's still chasing them, so that's a mistake. Off in the corner of the map with his Hippogriff Knights and Lewin. And he should be at the center right now, trying to support his important units, which are getting KO'd. I mean, he's got healing, but the problem is he can't heal all these high-end units all the time. He's only got so much Winds of Magic, and after 2 to 3 heals, it's not going to be a lot left over. I don't know. I don't play Bretonnia. I don't know exactly what their options are for magic. I only ever see Life chosen. And right now, Life isn't really doing them too hot. Thanks to these beautiful, beautiful Fire Glaives. Cascading Fire Cloak onto the Fire Glaives, yeah. 67 melee defense. Increased in armor piercing damage, yeah. Plus the anti-large, which I think is like, what, 16 to 25 extra damage and melee attacks, so yeah, those questing knights are going to disappear. Even with that wasted healing. And he's got men-at-arms behind him. Yeah, these boys aren't going to last too long. And the Burning Wrath! Oh no, those are just, yeah, they are peasants. We're going to get them out of there and start shooting up anything around here. Oh, those poor questy knights. Getting healed up only to die again. And here come my heroes, the Bull Renders. He wasted all that healing only to watch them die. Watch these questy knights disappear. I'm a magician. That was a big regrowth, too. That was overcasted. 28 seconds, all wasted. He didn't even get a full heal. Jeez. And then you still have the Fire Glaives coming in. He's throwing everything he can at him. And they're just doing work. I mean, we're just chopping through everything. This gives me hope. This gives me hope for my boys, the Chaos Dwarves. And now that Astrogot's not the OP lord that he once was, I can happily bring him without feeling bad. My opponent's still bringing Lewin to deal with these Fire Glaives. Like, didn't you learn the first time, Lewin? Now we're going to give him that 68 melee defense? So it's going to take him forever to try to kill them. Well, as long as the buff's around. On top of that, we're getting free shots in from everywhere. He's got these questing knights annoying my poor wolf goblin archers. But that's okay. The Bull Renders are here to make sure Lewin learns his lesson. And hopefully it's going to be his final one. More Questy Knights right behind. We got Astrogoth providing support. And if you thought Fire Cloak was bad on Fireglaves, just wait till it's on these Bull Renders. It's beautiful. 4 units surrounding my Bull Renders. And to think, they're not trapped. No. You're trapped in here with them. They're not trapped in here with you. I lost 3 models so far, but with that Fire Cloak, though, that's going to be more than enough to take care of these Hippogriff Knights. And then some. Oh, even more Bull Renders! Yeah! Eat shit, nerds. Yeah. No Questy Knights. Just gotta wait for more Knights to come in. And I got 2 relatively healthy units of Bull Renders. Plus Astrogoth still. I need to get Astrogoth out of there. At this point, I was like, jeez, I need to get him going. He's gonna die. Bull Renders have shoot off most of the Knights. And that just leaves Lewin by himself. And that is not where he wants to be. Ooh, I'm talking so fast. Poor Lewin. Nah, screw him. Lewin's always a pain in my ass. Can't go a day without seeing Lewin out here and all these Knights. Intercepting men-at-arms with good old Santa. Do some fair damage, too. Took out 5 models in that charge. Wow. My opponent has me beat in terms of numbers, though. I got 7 less units, but Lewin's out of this game. About to get rid of the rest, and I have lost most of the map control. We are even in value. That's not where I want to be, though, but losing Lewin is not where he wants to be either. At this point, what do I really have? Just 2 Bull Renders, Astrogoth, and some... Okay, there we go. We got some Laborers. We're even things out. Some Goblins trying to take the center objective again. I know we still have it, but something tells me we're going to lose it with all this shit running right in the center. Wolf Riders trying to just shoo away any units that are still routing. And it's just, everything is all about the center right now. Everything. Healing, fighting, dying. All these men-at-arms. All these Hippogriff Knights trying to fight. Astrogoth's here by himself. Well, we got reinforcement Chaos Dwarfs, which should even some of this out. As long as there's no Foot Squires, we should be fine. And there go the Bull Renders. But yeah, my goal too was not to kill the Hippogriff Knights. And why is that? There's only, what, 4 models of Hippogriff Knights? Why kill them? Why give them the chance to resummon them? See, these are the things you gotta think about when you're playing Domination. And speaking of taking points, we got all these units just swarming the center. I just miss my Bull Renders, just shooing away. And Astrogoth's just being a beast. There's not much he can do to really take care of him either. There's no Foot Squires around. We got Orc Laborers to deal with anything. And BAM! Stomp him! There goes Astrogoth stomping on the haters. Retake the center objective. Wow, so close. And we're behind in value? How? Well, I probably keep giving him way too many free units. Whether it's the Wolf Riders, Archers, plenty of these Goblins and Orc Laborers. Yeah, besides Bull Renders and Fireglaves, we really don't have much to do with these annoying, pesky Knights. And I can only take so many before it makes... yeah. But that leaves me with plenty of Astrogoth fun time to go chase away most of his weak chaff units. Men-at-arms, bowmen, all that nonsense. The Chaos Dwarfs are able to just run up. Honestly, with all these nerfs, feels like the regular Chaos Dwarfs and even the Infernal Ironsworn could use a nice debuff in value. I mean, a lower cost. Ugh. Sorry, I always say things all weird. Yeah, they could use a lower in cost. I think back to 1300 for the Infernal would be fine. And then, especially after taking away their armor piercing of their bombs. And then give, yeah, drop Chaos Dwarfs by what, 50, 100 points? So that you can actually use more of them more often? Because lately it's just been nothing but Goblin Swarms and artillery pieces, particularly the Death Streak rockets, which makes sense. And I'll be honest, it's fun using them, so I don't blame most people. They're the only real decent, besides the Iron Demon, I guess, units. And that's the weird thing about this game. Every unit has to be so niche. There's no generalization, because if it's not general... I mean, if it is niche... I mean, if it is generalized units, then the others won't see play, and everyone just keeps using the same build. But if they are generalized, you can actually throw anything at your opponent and try to make it work based on how you play, rather than just, you know, hard counter everything. But that's a topic for a different time. We got Astrogoth on the side over there dealing with all the peasants in the world. Raiders trying to find an opening onto those foot squires. We got bombs coming in, I believe. And some... Oh, more wolf riders. Into those foot squires trying to get into my goblins on the third objective. Astrogoth's just bullying these poor boys. On the side objective, Grail Knights beat up my poor wolf riders. But we have the center, no problem. No matter what he throws in, his bowmen aren't going to be too much use against my Chaos Dwarfs with shields. Hippogriffs are still trying to come in, and this is probably going to be it for them, because they're just so tattered and done. They get a good charge in, I'll give them that, but finally they're going to be gone, and I think it's a bit too late. They really should have been unsummoned 2-3 minutes ago, so they could get back in this fight, because they've been a real pain in my ass. But that's what Bretonnia is all about in this wide open map. Just try to catch units off guard, and that call it a day. But no, it looks like we're going to catch the center. Oh, we still got the first objective. My opponent never capped it. Cheeky boy. And yep, all the goblins are on the other objective. We're going to be at a triple cap situation. Opponent, you need to start paying attention. You should have capped that first objective. Oh, there he goes. He's trying to cap it now, but I think at this point it's going to be too late. He's just trading one objective for another. He's not going to be able to stop me from on the second objective. And Astrogoth's just having a fun time. We're down 2,000 value, but we are just so in control of this game. Look at him go. Astrogoth, ooh la hoo. And that's going to be it. Won by points. So GG's opponent, GG. Alright, let's go check out the value, folks. Astrogoth, 300 kills of nothing but peasants, and he didn't even pay for himself. Oh boy. Those Fireglaves did, and I only summoned them once. Jeez. Dwarfs did pretty good. Hobgoblins got their value. That's good. Even the goblins got their value. Wow. I mean, I did summon some of them twice. Bull Renders, 4,000. Jeez. Yep, they pay for themselves. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. Come play, if you want, on Fridays, Central Standard Time. Hey, maybe you can even get your replay shown on here. Alright, with all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace, and goodbye for now.